July 2023. As checks are going out, money will be distributed, and important announcements will be made. I have all the exact dates right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to point out some important dates throughout the month of July, as like I said, checks will be distributed for about 70 million Americans, money is going out, and important announcements will be made throughout the course of this month. Now, this is what we know as of right now. However, I can tell you this much, as we work our way through the month, I guarantee you there will be a lot more very important announcements that will be made that we do not know about as of right now. This is just what's on the calendar that we do know for a fact will be announced and what will be distributed. So that's what I want to point out for you here in this video, as yet again we have another busy and important month upon us. Let's get into it and talk about all the dates and what you need to know. However, really quickly before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want more like it, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching the latest details hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually going on out there and how it may impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything popping up you can possibly grab it or take advantage of. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I'll be here for you every single day, no matter what. That's my promise, and as always, I'm sticking to it. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about the exact dates throughout the month of July that I do want to point out for you right here, right now in this video. And again, like I said, stay tuned, because I guarantee you as we work our way through this month, there's going to be a lot more popping up, which is exactly why I'm watching this stuff literally all day, every single day. As it hits the wire, I jump in immediately, I do that research, and I bring it to you as quickly as I can in these videos each and every day. All right, so let's go through the calendar in chronological order. In other words, starting at the beginning of the month, working our way through the end of the month, and I'll point out a handful of very important dates here we want to pay attention to, because at the end of the day, these announcements are going to impact all of us in some way, shape, or form, whether we believe it or not. I can tell you this much, they will impact us, okay? All right, so let's work our way through the month here. All right, so starting on the first of the month, again, Saturday. Not bad, right? So Saturday obviously is the day, and therefore this would be the day that those of you here in the community that are receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income, generally would get your payments. However, you got your payment on the 30th, right? You got your payment on the 30th of June, therefore you got it a day early because it lands on a weekend, right? So obviously we don't need to go into a ton of detail about that, but this is the date that I want to point it out. Now let's quickly move out to the 3rd of the month. This just happens to be Monday. Monday is the date, is the 3rd of the month, and this is generally where some of you here in the community also get your fixed income payment from Social Security, okay? Not everybody, in fact, the vast majority of people do not get their payments on the 3rd of the month. However, some people do. If you're on that list, this is Monday. It's not a holiday, it's not a weekend, then obviously your payment will be arriving on this day. It will not be interrupted, okay? This is the date, all right? So that is Monday. Next, Tuesday just so happens to be my favorite holiday of the entire year, which happens to be the 4th of July. So hopefully you can take some time to relax, maybe spend some time outside in the heat and sun. Watch out for sunburns. You'll probably see me in a few days from now. I'll be all burnt up, all crispy. My face will be all red and like super burnt. Either way, I love it. It's not healthy. I know. I'm not advising you should do that, but again, that's just what I love to do. So in a few days from now, you will probably see me all crispy and, whatever, fried up from the sun. But again, just doing what I love. And again, I'm sure at some point in my life, in maybe, 10, 15, 20 years, I'll probably regret it. But I'll figure that out when the time comes. Either way. So hopefully you can enjoy the 4th of July. Maybe surround yourself with something a little cold to drink, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you can maybe surround yourself with some water to maybe, dip in if you get a little warm. Maybe you can enjoy some sunshine, whatever you want to do. Just relax. Again, awesome holiday right in the middle of the week. And again, not bad, right? So pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that is the 4th of July. Now, obviously that's a Tuesday, right? So gonna be kind of a fun day. It always is, right in the middle of summer. Anyway, now let's go to Friday, which happens to be the 7th of July, okay? This is another important date that we want to watch closely. Now, this is the date in which the non-farm payroll number will be released. This is a report that is released once per month. The first Friday of the month is when this report is released. So this happens to be Friday, July 7th. 8:30 a.m. East Coast time is when this number will be hitting the wire. It'll give us a glimpse into what is going on with the month of June, as in the unemployment rate, how many jobs were created, how many jobs were lost, what's going on with the labor participation rate, what is going on with hourly pay. It'll give us a bunch of different factors that we need to take into consideration. And again, that'll be for the month of June. Remember, a lot of these reports are pertaining to the previous month. So this one, the non-farm payroll number, will be in regards to June, okay? But either way, it's released the first Friday of July, okay? Anyway, that's the same schedule every single month. It's always the first Friday for the previous month. Anyway, that's Friday the 7th. Next, let's go all the way out until Wednesday, the 12th of the month. And this just happens to be a couple different things on this day. Number one, which is the CPI data release. In other words, the Consumer Price Index or the inflation report will be released on this day for the month of June. Again, generally this report comes out right around the middle of the month or so, and it gives us a glimpse into the inflation for the previous month. So this is going to be a very important one as well, because it's also going to be giving us a glimpse into what's going on with inflation according to what they're telling us, not necessarily what is really going on, but this is just what they're reporting and what they're telling us with inflation from the month of June. Okay, so again, this can be a very important one. The CPI, we get this one once per month, and this is the date in which we'll get it. Again, this one will also be released at 8:30 a.m. East Coast time on this morning, which is Wednesday the 12th. Which other side note, by the way, this will also give us a glimpse into what the Federal Reserve will be doing later in the month with their FOMC meeting. They have an FOMC, the Free Open Market Committee meeting, once every 6 weeks, and this is when they come out and they announce what they're going to be doing with interest rates, right? Raising interest rates, pausing interest rates, lowering interest rates. What are they going to be doing? Well, we'll find that out here in a little bit later this month, okay? All right, so that's another important one we need to know. Now, the same date, the 12th of the month, this is the second Wednesday of the month. This is the date in which those of you that have a birthday landing between the 1st and the 10th of the month who receive fixed income benefits like Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, these types of benefits like this. If your birthday lands between the 1st and the 10th of the month, then this is when your payment will be arriving. Now, generally, if you get that payment in the form of a direct deposit onto a direct express card, into a bank account, checking account, savings account, whatever it happens to be, this is when you should be seeing it hit your account, okay? Now, generally, if you are somebody who does have a direct express card, a lot of times you do see your payment pending maybe the day or 2 days before your actual check actually arrives, okay? So you probably know that. I mean, obviously you know that, but just want to point that out really quickly. Anyway, the 12th of the month, this is a pretty busy day. And again, checks will be going out on this day for a lot of people. The 12th, and again, this second Wednesday for people who have a birthday between the 1st and the 10th of the month. Now, let's fast forward all the way out until the 19th of the month. This is the third Wednesday of the month. And this is for those of you that have a birthday landing between the 11th and the 20th of the month. Again, receiving fixed income benefits. This is when you generally receive your payment. The third Wednesday of the month, if your birthday lands between that range, the 11th through the 20th of the month. So again, generally, however you receive your payment, whether it's on a direct express card, bank account, checking, savings, whatever it happens to be, this will be the date that check will be arriving for the month of July, okay? Next, let's fast forward all the way out until the 26th of the month. This is the fourth Wednesday of the month. Couple different things happening here, okay? Number one, this is for those of you that have a birthday landing between the 21st and the 31st of the month. This is when your payment is generally distributed to you. Again, direct express card, savings account, checking account, however you generally get it. This is when it will be arriving for those of you that have a birthday between the 21st and the 31st of the month. This will be your July payment, okay? All right, so there's also something else coming out this day. This is the date in which the Federal Reserve wraps up their 2-day FOMC meeting. They always start their meetings on a Tuesday. They wrap it up on a Wednesday, and it comes out, or the chairman of the Federal Reserve, the announcement comes out at 2 p.m. East Coast time, where they come out and say, hey, the Federal Reserve has decided to cut rates, to pause rates, to raise interest rates another quarter point, or whatever they decide to do. But this is the date in which that announcement will be coming out as well, okay? And not only that, shortly after that announcement comes out, 30 minutes after the announcement comes out, so 2:30 p.m. East Coast time, the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, will be coming out at that time for a news conference just like he does every single time. and that'll be very important as well, okay? That'll add a lot of volatility into the stock market, into the crypto market, the bond market, the currency markets, things like this. So again, I'm not suggesting that we should be out there, buying, selling, trading, investing, things like that. But maybe if you're watching it, this is something that's going to add some volatility. It always does. Just watch out. Generally, the knee-jerk reaction out of the initial announcement at 2 p.m. East Coast time with that announcement on interest rates generally has, some kind of movement in the markets, but a lot of the movement actually comes from, and the volatility actually comes from, the press conference with the chairman of the Federal Reserve 30 minutes later, Jerome Powell. So watch out for that. If you happen to be, playing around in the markets or something like that, just keep that on your calendar as well, okay? So these are the dates I want to point out for you. Now again, this is just what we know as of now. However, I guarantee you, as we work our way through the month, there will be a lot more coming out. Every single month, it's the same story, right? We have a set schedule, a calendar that we do know about, but then again, as we work our way through the month, it's like, oh wow, didn't know that was coming, didn't know that person was going to say that, didn't know that this bill package or proposal was going to be hitting the wire. There's going to be a lot of different things going on. So, one more thing I want to point out. Remember, early August, right? Early August is when Congress leaves for about 5 weeks. They leave on vacation for about 5 weeks. Why do they need to live on vacation? Don't they already just basically go on vacation all the time anyway? I mean, isn't their job basically just a big vacation? I don't know, but just remember that, okay? So early August is when Congress will be leaving yet again, and they'll come back in early to mid-September, and then they'll race to get a deal done on the next federal spending bill that needs to be done by the end of September when the new fiscal year starts October 1st. So again, we're already here. I mean, this is crazy, right? We're already in the second half of the year, right? So we wrapped up the first half. June 30th was the end of the second quarter. Now we're in the third quarter. Wow, year's zipping right on by. Anyway, I'll keep you posted as I get more information. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands upon thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Stay tuned. Stay safe out there. Stay cool, right? hot time out there right now. Depending on where you're located, it kind of gets hot fast, right? Anyway, enjoy. Have a good one. Thanks so much for your support. Truly do appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. I'll catch you again later.